Hello, everyone. I'm 18 Storm Track meteorologist Austin Haskins. We had a lot of rain and thunderstorm activity throughout the day yesterday, and that did limit temperatures, and it did limit our severe weather threat as well. What you're seeing here is the radar estimated rainfall over the last 24 hours, and you can see where the heaviest rain fell in most of Eau Claire County into parts of Clark, northwestern Jackson, most of Trempealeau, northeastern Buffalo County, as well as the southern parts of Chippewa County south of Highway 29. Some of the areas in the red and even a little bit of the pink and purple showing up indicated from radar rainfall totals in that 4 to 6 inch range. So a lot of rain fell in a short amount of time, especially in the afternoon. And here are some of the numbers around the area yesterday from the different recording sites. So your number is going to vary. We had 1.61 inches at the airport. And we had 3.19 inches here at the TV station. We had 0.2 in Ladysmith. We had about 0.7 in Menominee, and Osceola nearly had 2 inches of rain as well. And you can see some of the heavier totals over into Clark, Wood, and Marathon counties. Marshfield had over an inch of rain. Now, since this morning around midnight to 1 a.m., we've added a little bit more to the rain gauge. Just a couple hundreds here at the TV station. We had about 1,600s at the airport and about a 1/4 inch in Chautauqua. So the 1.61 inches of rain we had in Eau Claire at the Chippewa Valley Airport did set a new daily record yesterday. The old record was 1.40 inches set back in 2011. Now, of course, this also played a role in temperatures, too, because that warm front ended up stalling a bit further south. These were the temperature and heat index values at 2 o'clock yesterday, and you can kind of see where that warm front was. We had a temperature of 79 in Eau Claire, felt like 83. Osceola, 83, felt like 91. But look at south of Highway 10. Alma, Arcadia, Black River Falls had temperatures in the upper 80s, but you combine that with dew points that were in the mid to upper 70s, made it felt more like the upper 90s and lower to middle of the 100s, as high as 104 in Arcadia, even Neillsville 83 over 93. So that's kind of where the warm front was yesterday, and that's why we ended up having the heavier rains just north of there. And you look at Eau Claire overall, officially we hit 81 at about 10:30 yesterday morning, so these are at the top of each hour, but you can see the dew points peaked as high as 76 degrees, and then it came down a little bit in the afternoon once that rain and storm coverage moved through. Now, the peak heat index yesterday at the top of each hour was 83, but if you look at the overall numbers, it peaked at about 85, 86 degrees. And of course, that was when we hit our high yesterday at about 10:30 in the morning. And right now we have low pressure right over the area this morning. So still looking at a couple of showers around, but we are going to start to see things improve as the day goes on. So we're tracking gradually clearing skies in the forecast, but it will be staying warm and humid going forward. And we are looking at a mostly dry weekend ahead of us. There may be a couple of sprinkles or showers around, but for the most part, the weekend's actually looking pretty good. So here's a look at future track, and we are looking at, again, those clouds gradually decreasing as the day goes on. There may still be a pop-up shower or two throughout the afternoon, but for the most part, we are going to stay dry today, for the most part, outside of a few showers this morning. Now, the only thing to mention tonight outside of a mostly clear sky is I do expect, with the winds going calm, the recent rainfall, and some extra low-level moisture, we are going to see some fog developing. Now, you can see a future track. This is kind of hinting at that fog. This is showing it east of our area, but I do think we're going to have some fog here in western Wisconsin, so be aware of that tonight, overnight tonight into the morning commute on Friday. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies on Friday. Clouds will increase a little more Friday night into Saturday morning. Now, while future track's not showing much here, I do think there may be a couple of isolated sprinkles and showers into the forecast. But otherwise, we are going to stay, as I mentioned, mostly dry for the weekend. So the next 36 hours, temperature and dew point forecast. We're looking at a high today of 85 in Eau Claire. You see the dew points are a little bit better today in those middle to upper 60s. So still not great, but better than the mid 70s that we had yesterday. We're in the low 60s tonight. Tomorrow, highs back into the mid 80s, but dew points maybe a degree or two lower. So the next couple of days, still very humid, but it will be trending slightly better. So that is some good news there. And then as we look at those feels like temperatures again, maybe at most about 3 to 4 degrees higher during the afternoon today and also tomorrow as well. So we're not going to see like yesterday where you had the temperatures in the upper 80s to near 90 and the heat index at times 10 to 15 degrees higher than that. Unfortunately, though, we are going to be seeing the return of that wildfire haze and smoke at least later this morning into this afternoon. We have a orange to red level air quality alert in place for the counties highlighted here in orange. So this does not include Taylor, Clark, Trimble, Jackson, and Buffalo counties. So again, it's mostly going to be in the orange category, but could peak in the red category too. So again, be sure to monitor air quality levels closely. Again, it's good so far to start our Thursday, but I do anticipate it getting a little bit worse as we get towards late morning and the afternoon. Now, looking ahead, the heat dome down to our south, which has been responsible for the rain and storm chances and the warm and muggy weather here, will be staying to our south as we go into the weekend and early next week. So we're still going to see the warm and the very humid weather around, but focus your attention up to the north and east here as we get towards the middle to end of next week. We start to see a little bit of a dip in the jet stream to the north and east, a trough kind of digging in from the northeast towards the middle to end of next week. So what that means is really two things. One, we're going to see a drop in the dew points. Again, still pretty high the next 5 to 6 days, but look towards the end of next week. This is off the European model, how it comes back down towards the lower 60s and eventually maybe the 50s towards the end of next week. And temperatures will come down as well. 84 by Tuesday of next week, and then 80 on Wednesday. And looking beyond the extended forecast, which will take us into the start of August, there's actually a chance we continue to see temperatures trending a little bit below average.